Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Tales from the Salon hairstylist horror story reaction video. But today we're actually going to be reacting to a nail tech horror story. You know I do all the beauty professionals, honey. We'll do makeup artists, we'll do nail techs, we'll do hairstylists, you know what I'm saying? We'll do estheticians if I come across a video. Whatever, I don't discriminate because I'm in this beauty industry. So, and as y'all know, if y'all don't know, I also do nails. Check them. It's hard to see, but you know, I also do nails as well. So I feel like I can kind of still give you some insight on the nail side as well. Before we get started, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel with your notification bell on, and you like this video, especially if you are liking this series. Someone is outside cutting grass, so if you hear that, I don't know what to tell you. Just a little warning already, because of course this is the only time that I have to film because the boy's taking a nap. Today's creator is truly Nana. Thank you so much for sharing your story. If y'all would like to check out her channel, the link will be down below to the full video as well as her channel. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Get ready with me. As y'all see, I got the little bonnet on or whatever because I'm about to tell y'all the tea. Just know when I have this bonnet on, it's tea time. It's tea time, okay? I'm about to tell y'all the
Chronicles.
tea on why these small businesses be having me irritated. And you know, I'm a little hyped up today. I'm a little hyped up a little bit, okay? So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, let me tell y'all the tea. Let's go. So I have found this girl on Instagram and her work is really good. I'm not gonna take that away from her. Her work is bomb. Like, she's one of the popular DMV nail artists out there, y'all. And this was about the second time. This was the second time I was going to her. After I found her, the first time I went to her, there was no problems at all. I booked with her again, y'all. Now, the second time I booked with her, I showed up to her, you know, bare nails. You know how these little small businesses come with your nails bare, no polish, whatever, blah blah blah. I did all of that, okay? And the type of client I am, y'all, I be listening and I be reading the descriptions and the policies. I really be reading that stuff. Like,
thank you for reading the policies and things like that, because if you've been watching some of these story times, you see people don't always read the policies, and sometimes the policies can be a little misleading. So I'm glad that she's, you know, saying that she actually does read them.
Nowhere in this girl's policy did it ever mention like damaged nails to any extent or whatever. Obviously, if your nails are damaged, do not get your nails done, y'all. But my pinky nail at the time, it was literally like, I wish I had a picture to show y'all. It was the smallest chip. Y'all, you can tell when nails are damaged and your nails don't need to be done, and then you can tell like it's not that serious. So my nail literally had the smallest chip, the smallest little chip in the corner. So I'm not thinking anything of it, you know, whatever. I already paid my deposit. I think at the time the deposit was like $20, y'all. So she gets to the pinky nail, and then that's when she's like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not gonna be able to do your nails. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, why? You know, like, I'm confused because in my mind it's still not that serious. It's literally like a small chip. Like, girl, come on, don't be annoying. So she's like, you're gonna have to reschedule with me because I don't want to be liable if anything happens to your nails. I don't want to be liable for the damages, blah 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 blah.
So I'm gonna stop right here. She says that she had just a small chip on her pinky nail, and the artist told her that her nail was damaged, and the artist said that she wouldn't be able to do her nails that day because it was damaged. I am going to trust the artist's judgment in this because she doesn't have a picture to show us of how it looked. And to a client, it could be a chip, but to a person who's actually doing the nail, they could possibly see that it's chipped too far down into the bed, or, you know, they have a better eye for it, so they could probably see something that just a client that doesn't know any better would not see or would not think would be a big deal or would not think would hinder them. So I'm going to trust the stylist's judgment so far in this story. You know, sometimes clients just don't know. So I'm going to trust the stylist at this point, or the nail artist at this point.
Time goes on. That's when her next bookings open, y'all, for the next month. And I DM'd her and I asked her, I was like, hey, at this point, I remember that I had already paid this girl a deposit. I said, hey girl, you know, very respectful. Hey girl, you know, I'm booking with you again, but do I have to put down a new deposit? Like, you know, can you just transfer my deposit over because, you know, you turned me away? So she hits me back in the DM and she's like, oh, you're gonna have to put down a new deposit. Y'all, my face when she said that, that's another $20.
The deposit was non-transferable to her new appointment. I don't know if that was in the nail artist's policy or not. I do think that since you weren't able to do her nail because of the damage, it would be a nice gesture to transfer, you know, the deposit to her next appointment, since she was unable to complete that appointment due to circumstances kind of out of her control. But also, again, I'm going to side with the nail artist on this because I don't know the policy. I don't know the policies, and I can't tell anyone about, you know, about their deposits and their bookings and all that kind of stuff, because she does seem to be high volume. And when you are a high volume artist, you can set the rules how you want to set your rules. So,
and at this time that I booked with her, she was in the process of moving. Okay, so she was always putting on her story, y'all, I'm moving. Just know if you've booked with me before, the location will be different if you book with me again. So in my mind, I already know, okay, wherever I go next time is going to be somewhere different. Okay, let me just say that her new place was literally confusing as hell. And I know I'm not the only person who was confused, because she used to always put on her Instagram story. She used to talk a lot of mess on her Instagram story about clients, y'all. And that's another red flag. If a stylist, if a nail tech, if anybody who's doing a service for you is always on their Instagram rapping about their clients, red flag. Red flag. It doesn't matter how annoyed you are with somebody, you always have to keep it professional. That was a red flag. She was always rapping about clients, y'all.
Big facts. You get, like, have your personal page and that you talk all your junk to, but if you have a business page that your clients can actually see, that's not professional. Like, I don't want to see you dogging out Mary and I'm coming tomorrow. Like, you might be dogging me out for whatever reason.
I seen even on her Instagram story, after I left with my chip nails, I'm on her Instagram and she was talking about something, please don't come to me with chip nails, on her Instagram story about me, y'all. But, you know, I took that under the chin. That should have been a red flag for me. So then going back, you know, my appointment time comes up. I said, I'm here. She said, okay. Usually, y'all, at her old house, when I say I'm here, she says, okay, she comes to the door. But now she used to live in a townhouse. Now she's living in an apartment. And she lived in one of those apartments where there's the little dial pin downstairs, you know, where somebody has to actually come get you or somebody has to buzz you in. So I see that. So literally, y'all, in my mind, I'm like, okay, she just said, okay. So I'm thinking like she's about to buzz me in or something. So I'm standing outside her apartment door, y'all. I'm just standing outside her apartment door. Like, not the apartment door, her apartment complex. I'm standing outside at the door and I'm waiting for her to buzz me in, because I see a buzzer and you just said okay. And usually when you say okay, you come to the door, you do something. So I'm standing, y'all. I'm standing there for about 10 minutes. And again, I wasn't like the type of person who started anything with people or anything. So I'm standing there for about 10 minutes. I'm just waiting on her, you know. I'm just waiting. I'm thinking, oh, maybe she's like getting ready or something. She's not ready for me yet. So I'm just standing out there waiting for her. That's when like a 10 or 15 minutes go by, y'all. And then she sends me a question mark on Instagram.
All right, so she gets to the appointment. She sees a keypad outside the apartment complex. She lets her know that she's there. The stylist says, okay. And that's it. We're just waiting. We're waiting now. We're waiting. She says that she's used to her coming down to get her and stuff. So I can understand her being like, what's going on? And then as a stylist, sometimes people don't know this is a new place. So it takes nothing to say, okay, come on up, or I'll be down to get you. I think that it's nice, especially if you are doing hair from your home, or doing nails, or doing services from your home. I think that it's nice to meet people. Meet people. I've never done hair out of an apartment where you couldn't just come straight up to my door. So I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Relax. I come in and y'all, I'm downstairs in her apartment and I texted her and I said, what's your door number? Because she didn't give me her door number. I texted her, I said, what's your door number? She gives me her door number, and literally, y'all, while I'm coming up the stairs, she opens the door, like she meets me halfway. She opens the door. While I'm coming up the stairs, literally, y'all, this is me. I'm like, hey, girl. She goes, all of the directions were in my policy. Y'all, I swear on everything. That's exactly, with the neck rolls and everything. with the neck rolls and everything. Literally, she said all the directions were in my policy. I'm just like, I literally stopped halfway coming up the stairs. I looked at her, and like, part of me was like, is she talking to me? Like, I was just so confused as to what the issue was. So red flag.
So all of this is before she even gets to her appointment. At this point, I'm not going to say that the stylist has done anything that is I'm not going to say that the stylist has necessarily done anything that is just like a hard stop red flag. But the things that the way that the story is going and the way that she's describing the stylist's attitude, it's an attitude thing. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's not just like, there's so many other factors that go into a good service, and sometimes it's just a pleasant attitude. And it's kind of becoming clear that like her demeanor and just the way she comes off is a turnoff to this client, you know. And sometimes your attitude, your demeanor can be a turnoff to a client. So I'm still hopeful, even though I know that this is a horror story, but I'm still hopeful that we can find some silver linings.
I get in her house, you know, still smiling. I'm still smiling because I'm like, that didn't happen. Shawty didn't just give me all. Shawty didn't just do all of that. She didn't just do all of that to me, okay? So I'm gonna just get over it. I'm gonna take it to the chin and I'm gonna act like that never happened, and we're just gonna proceed, okay? So I get in and she has the stankest attitude, y'all. She's doing a whole bunch of so I guess you're sick. Red flag number 4. Red flag number mother effing 4. You better take an off day. You better cancel with whoever you have and let the. First of all, you shouldn't even be doing nails if you don't feel good. If you have a cold, because she's doing a whole bunch of sniffling and her nose is stuffed up and you're nasty. You're touching people's nails and you're sniffling. Did you start corona? Like you must have started corona because you're sniffling. You're touching people. That's where corona came from. So while she's doing my nails,
as
she's doing
I
a whole bunch of, it's like this, y'all. Pretend I'm her. You know, I got the little nail drill. Let's do it like this. Pretend I'm her. She's doing a whole bunch of this. Give me your other hand. For 2 hours, baby. And then, y'all, it comes to one point, you know, if you get your nails done, you know you have to put your nails under an LED light. So we're to the end now. You have to put your nails under an LED light. So that's exactly what I did. I put my nails under, and then I took it out when the timer went off. And then while she's doing it, I put my next hand in. I took it out when the timer went off. And then at the end, what they do is they put a top coat on it just to make it shine. So while she's putting the top coat on, at the time I got like these, like it was like a gel. The gel starts smearing, and that happens if it didn't cure enough under the light. So she's like, she looks at them, she's like, you didn't even cure your nails right. She said, you didn't even cure your nails right because the polish started to come off. Baby, am I the nail tech or are you?
So again, this is definitely attitude problems. It's not her policy per se. It is definitely her attitude. And as a professional, you have to be able to, and I mean, we're all human, so it's easier said than done sometimes to check your issues at the door and come to work and work. But that's just kind of what you have to do. If a client puts their hands under and cures and takes it out, I mean, what did you want her to do? Like, she ain't gonna know if they're all the way cured or not. Like, that's on you to know.
Am I the nail tech or are you? Because I did my part. I put my nails under until the timer went off, which is what you do. You wanted me to leave my nails in for a longer time. You should have restarted as soon as the thing. Usually when they want you to leave, baby, I can get my nails in for a long time. Usually if the nail tech knows that they want you to leave it under for longer, as soon as it hits 0, they'll press the thing again and, you know, keep your hand under because you got to cure it again. The timer went off, you ain't do nothing. So I took my nail out and I gave my hand to you. And now it's, you didn't even cure your nails long enough. She's doing it. She's like, girl, look at it. It's like, look at the polish coming off. Girl, you didn't care nothing. Like, she's going on to the next nail. She's like, and that one is lifting too. She's like, you didn't care nothing. She's like, again with the huffing and puffing. Girl, huffing and puffing. But when I huff and puff and punch you, then what? Okay, so she's doing all that, and now she's mad. She's mad because she has to redo it. So she took off the nail polish. She has to really put it on, and she's angry with her angry self. Yeah, you're angry, but you're still gonna do it. So just get over your anger. At this point, I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm just like, let me just pay you so I can leave at this point because I'm tired. I'm really seriously tired. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of feeling uncomfortable. I am tired. So I asked her, just to confirm, I said, so how much do I owe you today? I think she said something. She said like 95 or something outrageous that I did not owe her. So I was like, I said, at this point, y'all, I'm going to speak up for this because I'm not going to be quiet about this one because I feel like you're trying to play with me. I said, how? I sent you a $20 deposit. How do I owe you $95? It's not the math. The math is not adding. 3 plus 3 does not equal 90, bitch.
The math is not mathing.
I said, so, like, how? I'm confused. And she's like, didn't you, like, you sent in a $5 deposit, right? You owe me this much. Who sent $5? Technically, if you want to be technical, I sent you a $40 deposit, sweetie, because you took my deposit from the first round and I sent you another extra $20 to make a new appointment. I don't know who you think I am, but I did not send you no $5 deposit. Your deposits aren't even $5. So
right.
You getting $5?
How does that work?
I'm so confused. I'm super confused as to where you got that from, y'all. She's like,
right. I'm confused. If your deposit is 20, then your deposit is 20 for everybody. How do you have someone who sent the $5 deposit? Something isn't right.
How are you running a business and you don't even know who's sending you your deposits? You don't know how much people are sending you. You don't know what's going on with your business. I don't care if this is your business. A business is a business. And this is why I be so hesitant to go to these small businesses, y'all, because they feel like because they're running their own business, they can have the attitude they want to have. They can treat people the way they want to treat people. They can make up random rules that they want to make up. No, at the end of the day, rules are rules. A business is a business. Professionalism is professionalism, baby. You are not going to come make anybody feel uncomfortable because you think you're running your own business.
I will have to disagree with her right here, because the fact of the matter is, if a person decides to run a small business, they have the option and the choice to run it however they want to run it, to make whatever policies and rules they want to make or whatever. You as a client have an option to patronize them or not. So, and after a while, after people stop patronizing, then they might decide to change the rules or to better their professionalism or whatever. But she does have the right to treat or to operate however she wants to operate. And apparently it's working for her because she's booked. Would I go to her based on this story and this attitude? Not I, said the cat. But, I'm just saying, technically.
The same people who you're taking care of are the same people putting money in your pockets. You don't have to be a jerk. That's y'all problems as small business owners. Y'all think that y'all can be jerks to people. Just like
Also, I don't like the generalization, ma'am. I don't, because it's not all small business owners. And everybody always gets lumped into this one big pile, and that's just not fair. All black businesses are like this. All small businesses are like this. All women-owned businesses are like this. And that's not necessarily true. That just could be the people that you have dealt with. So that's not fair to say. It's not fair to say, and that seems to be like a running trend. Or all people that do services out their house are like this. No, because that's not always true. Sometimes people just find it easier. Like for me, I find it easier to do things out of the house because I have a small child, and it's just easier for me that way versus having to go to a salon. But that doesn't mean that I compromise my professionalism because you're in my house. That also doesn't mean that I'm going to cheapen my prices because I'm in my house either. I have to say that because some people think just because you're in your house, you got to go cheap. Anyway, all right, I'm just ranting. Let me finish hearing the story.
I'm not even going to bash her, y'all. My nails look bomb. My nails look so bomb. And that's what hurts about this whole thing, y'all. Because her work is so good. To this day, her work is bomb and she just keeps on getting better. But I'm like, your attitude is so trash and you're just trash. You're trash, bruh. You're trash.
All right, so that is the end of today's Tales from the Salon Nail Tech horror story. I definitely do think that overall, it's not that the nail tech had messed up policies or anything like that. I think the biggest issue is how you treat people. At the end of the day, when a client is getting a service done, this is their time for self-care. This is their time for pampering. So they want to feel that type of energy when they're dealing with you. And if they don't feel that type of energy, then it kind of messes up the whole fun of getting your nails done. So, like I was saying, if you are dealing with someone and sometimes people's energies just don't vibe, just don't mesh, that's perfectly okay. We're all human. It is what it is. go on to the next person, but also as a professional, as a service professional, you have to sometimes be very benign. Try to leave your negative energies or whatever you're going through, try to leave it at the door as best you can, because if not, you're going to turn away money, and no one wants to turn away money. You feels me? But that's it. That's all I have to say about today's story time. Again, thank you to this creator, Nana, for giving us her story time. If you want to check her out, the link is down in the description box. If you go over there, tell her that I sent you. Drop our emoji down in her comment section. Send some love. And I will see y'all next week for another story time. Peace.